Here, you're ready for your dose of reality. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Money in the Bank. I'm Dr. Quack. My co-host here.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem. And we're working in two different offices today because it's really freaking hot in Texas. As you see, May's even panting right there. But it's time to talk about the most transparent pay-per-view of 2022, Money in the Bank.
Oh, my God, yes. Then let's bring on our esteemed panel. Would you like to introduce them?
Of course. We always bring him on here first. He's our professor. He's a great friend of the Dr. Crack podcast. Hogan World Order, Randy Hogan.
Hey, guys. I look forward to this. What is it, every 6 weeks or so, whenever it is? This is the highlight of my life. I'm telling you, this is it.
4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, Vince likes to keep us all entertained. And we got next coming up. Make sure you buy his merch because he's the boss of merch. Bossolini Ed Lindsay.
Yeah, baby.
All right. And we got coming on next. He's little sneaky. He's a lot smart. He knows a lot about wrestling. Welcome the villain, John Strack.
So isn't it funny how pay-per-views for WWE is always like an injury? You always have to have recover after every 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, that's true. And last but not least, he's coming all the way to us from Europe. He's our European wrestling expert, Justin Smith.
Yay! I enjoyed more COVID than Money in the Bank.
Yep, there you go.
Where's Justin from?
Justin is from Germany. He lives in Germany and wrestles in Germany. He's a professional wrestler in Germany.
That he is.
All righty, so get us going, Quack. Let's get this thing on the road.
Right now, before we go into this,
the standings: Randy Hogan right now at 6-6. Ed Lindsay in the lead at 10-4.
Oh,
I am at 7-5. Dr. Quack is at 8-5. Brandon Seeger is not joining us, so we won't read his score. John is at 8-4, and Justin is at 4-8 at this point. But this one is pretty transparent. All our numbers should go up.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Let's start it off. We're going to start with the leader man, Randy Hogan. We're going to start with the United States Championship. Austin Theory against Bobby Lashley.
wow. My heart wants to go with Bobby Lashley, but I think they got bigger things planned for him. So I'm going to go with Theory.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, yo, Bobo. I learned it going against Bobby Lashley. You just don't do it.
Definite opinion. I'm going to go with Austin Theory just on the simple fact I'm with you. I think they're going to keep that belt on him a little longer. I think they'll keep it on to him in the SummerSlam. He may drop it there. But then again, he might be the 8th participant in the Money in the Bank. I don't know. Justin Smith.
Oh, United States title match. I definitely not enjoyed the fact of the matter is that match exists due to the fact that the storyline is definitely horrible. I'm rooting for a Fury retains way because eight out down all night long, and I can see John Cena versus Austin Fury at SummerSlam 100% since that teaser came up at Monday Night Raw.
That's a good point too. John.
So this is my fear with what WWE is doing right now. Obviously, you're living under a rock if you don't think it's going to be Cena versus Theory at SummerSlam. And I'm sorry, as much as I love watching Big Match John running out there for another shot at the United States Championship, I think you take the title off. You should take the title off of Theory before SummerSlam and just have them go one-on-one, because then you don't know who's actually going to win that match. But the way I fear it, Theory is going to win it.
All right.
Portland.
I'm going with Bobby Lashley, but it's going to be some kind of thing like a count out, which is what I believe Theory's going to run away from the ring, or some kind of disqualification. I also believe John Cena and Austin Theory is set for SummerSlam, but John Cena has been known to lose the first match to help put over his opponent to make their rematch mean a whole lot more. But it starts with Bobby Lashley winning by some kind of count out or disqualification. So I'm going Bobby Lashley.
Could be. I mean, it's the one title that's now escaped John Cena from becoming a Grand Slam champion, right?
No, that's the IC title.
The IC title, see?
His first title was the US title.
It was, very much so. Okay, let's move on here. Mr. Lindsay over here, we got the Undisputed Tag Team Championship, the Usos against the Street Profits.
I can't believe I'm about to fix my mouth to say this. Usos.
Yeah, I'm going the same thing here. I mean, the Usos aren't going to drop their title. Like I said, this is not a major pay-per-view. This is not a part of the Big Four originally. They don't like to drop titles that often. I don't think there's going to be a title drop here, period. I think the Usos are going to walk away with it. Justin Smith?
The worst part of this situation is A, that match exists. B, the Street Profits can choose a stipulation. That's what I wrote earlier in the morning. So, as far as I want to see the Street Profits winning the Undisputed Tag titles, apparently it won't happen. I'm going to stay with the Usos.
Okay. John?
I'm gonna have to agree. Like, I want the Street Profits to win. WWE needs to do something with the Street Profits because obviously they are a talented bunch, and another fear I'm having is if you're gonna sit here and unify those titles, you're pretty much making a funnel now, and you've already not done much with the tag team division. So it's gonna be the Usos. I just don't know who they're going to have beat the Usos. It's probably going to end up having to be the New Day because it seems like they always had the Usos number.
Well, I'm also going with the Usos. I agree they need to do something with the Street Profits, and it's called Future Endeavors. They are not entertaining. If it wasn't for the fact that Montel Ford is actually the guy they want to keep, Angelo Dawkins would have been gone a long time ago. He's not entertaining. He's not charismatic. He's riding a coattail. I think that what they're going to use is the returning heel Viking Raiders are probably going to be the ones to take it off the Usos. but we'll see. But right now, I'm going to stay with the Usos.
Okay. Well, I get to start with the next one here.
You got Randy.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay. Ma'am, I am with you 100%. Out of your lips, out of my lips. Same words, same stuff, same reasons. Viking Raiders, but yeah, Usos retain.
Usos retain. Wow, everybody's on board with that one.
Sweet.
There we go. Raw Women's Championship. I get to start with this. Bianca Belair taking on Carmella. Come on, really? You're going to put Carmella in there? I understand you couldn't have Rhea Ripley be in this match. She, injured. I get it. But this is just, this is lazy booking. Good God. Bianca Belair is going to squash this. She's going to move on to SummerSlam. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bianca Belair.
She's got a concussion.
Yeah. Who's got a concussion?
Rhea.
No, she has dental issues. She got a tooth knocked out.
There you go.
Yeah,
that was so. That's another. That's a
fault.
new one I haven't seen because everything I've seen so far was saying that she had a concussion because it was a brain injury.
The tooth.
The tooth.
I think it's the Judgment Day storyline is what's the issue.
Okay. Go ahead, Justin. What do you got?
In most of the cases of this pay-per-view, I'm asking myself, that match exists? That's one of the reasons. Come on. We was trying to get it last year. But with the purpose, Becky Lynch comes back. But here is the problem after all. Do we want to see Carmella in the title match? I don't think so. So Bianca Belair, please make this quick. Bianca retains.
All right. John?
This is a filler match. It's one of those that they needed. They threw something together. The problem is when you have a pay-per-view like it is, you have most of your main stars who are already in a big title pick in that Money in the Bank match. So like look at that number one contendership match after Rhea got injured. I think the only ones that were not fully in the match yet for the Money in the Bank would have been Asuka, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Carmella, because the other ones that were in there. So I'm praying because some people may not like her. I'm hoping that WWE is finding a way to smooth out the situation with Sasha Banks and actually use her to the potential that they have, because she is a fan favorite. She is really talented, especially compared to a lot of people on the roster. But it's going to be obviously Carmella losing this match. There's no way Carmella wins. It is that filler storyline to move into SummerSlam. So.
Man.
All right. I'm going to be the contrarian here. I'm going with Carmella wins the title. The reason is I believe the women's Money in the Bank will open the show. Every single other time Money in the Bank women's title, it has changed hands again that night. And they're going to have a babyface win Money in the Bank, and they have to take it off of a heel champion. And since Corey Graves and Carmella are married, they're giving Carmella a bone, literally and figuratively. I'm going with Carmella wins the title.
Whoa. Randy Hogan.
Carmella's so ugly she needs a bone. But I'm telling you,
I call her Clayface most of the time.
Absolutely. Carmella, I think Liv Morgan, Naomi, all of them need to be gone. They need to go back to NXT. They just don't have the talent. They can't keep up with the Asukas and even Natalia and all them. Anyways, I'm going with Bianca.
All right. Ed.
ESC.
Bianca Belair. All right. So our next match, and Justin Smith, you get this one here. Captain Disaster, you get Ronda Rousey taking on Natalia, SmackDown Women's title. Uh-oh.
He went to get the air freshener.
He might have. I don't know what he's getting.
What is he? All of a sudden, Mayhem Jr.? I thought he was supposed to be Quack Jr.
Oh, it's not the
No, he's Mayhem Jr. He sprays everything that smells just as much as I do.
So you don't like
I'm gonna spray this match due to the fact that the storyline was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. I need to even spray my fucking eyes with that. Sorry, but what the?
The mouth.
Ronda retains, but I'm gonna spray this match.
Spray it.
Quack, can you give me a 2-finger salute real quick?
Well, for this match?
Yes, this is my
For
2-finger
the
salute.
2-finger salutes.
Yes, I'm gonna have to agree. This is just as bad as the other women's championship match, and it's sad. And I'm at this point where I'm sorry, I don't care if Heyman is a part of dealing with the whole bloodline storyline. However, you need to give Ronda a mouthpiece. She can't cut a promo to save her soul, or at least she's not trying. And Natalya, who I think is the other than I think there's only one other person that is like the longest tenured female competitor on the roster, which would be Tamina. They're making her look ridiculous, and it's sad to see this. Obviously, Ronda's gonna win because she's the money attraction. But they need to give her a mouthpiece. I don't care if like you hire Mayhem off the street to be her manager or something. But it's that bad at this point. Like I as soon as I see Ronda show up on screen, I turn it off now.
Okay.
All right.
Important one.
I'm going with Ronda retains. Natalya's at this point in her career. She's the veteran trying to work with the new talent. Well, Ronda is a moneymaker. She basically is Dan Severn with boobs. She can't work. Her working style consists of throwing a few punches and a couple of judo moves. Dan Severn was the same, and they couldn't do anything with him. Even putting the NWA World title on him a few times couldn't help him. So the advantage is they have a veteran like Natalya who is actually really good at bringing people up and making them look better. Yeah, can't help her talking skills, but at least can work with her in the ring. So Ronda's going to retain, but Natalya is going to help kind of guide her along. So this feud probably has a couple of more shows in it.
Well,
Go ahead.
Mayhem, I don't know what's going on, but you are taking all the words right out of my brain that I'm going to speak.
Great minds think alike.
Damn. I don't know what to add to it. Ronda cannot work her way out of a paper bag, and Natalya can work herself around anybody on the roster, I believe. Natalya has been around a long time. I think she needs to be rewarded for that too. So I'm going with Natalya for a short run. As far as Ronda, she's making all the money, but it's too predictable if everybody says she's going to win every match she's in. So, I mean, already her mic skills have really come to the forefront. Her lack of being able to wrestle has come to the forefront. Like you said, she's got a judo hip toss, a couple of punches, and her arm bar or whatever it is, and that's about it. So I think Natalya, they're going to give her a pat on the back for a short. She might lose it the same night, but I'm going with her.
Okay.
Boss.
First thing, who in the blue hell said Ronda had boobs?
She's wearing a sports bra, though. They do actually come out there. You know when she's in a sports bra.
Ronda is a boob.
But match, I'm gonna go with Ronda Lesnar.
Ronda Lesnar.
Oh.
I mean,
Do a couple of suplexes and set up for the F5 armbar and win the match.
I mean, I personally like the story. I don't get what you all mean. I mean, this is a total friendship of Natalia and Rhonda, where they've been bonding since the beginning when they came in, when Nia Jax was there. Never mind. I'm not going there on that. Okay. But she does look better than Dan Severn in a swimsuit, and that's why I'm going with her. I'm going with Ronda Rousey.
Okay, so since we finally brought up Dan Severn, is it really that Vince didn't know what to do with him, or is it the fact that Vince Russo didn't know what to do with him?
Oh, God.
It's the fact that Dan Severn hurt 6 people he worked with in 9 matches, and nobody wanted to work him.
Yes. He was very stiff.
Well, you know, I can tell you from experience, somebody going from one thing like a pro boxer or MMA guy or whatever, it's a hard transition into professional wrestling where you got to, you know, pull your punches and don't do this and don't. These guys used to killing each other. So
Yeah,
it is, and some guys just cannot make the transition.
Yeah, Shamrock.
And that is the
Shamrock has come
problem
out
with
to say
Ronda
that.
Rousey. Because she hasn't got the transferred from MMA to WWE. We're still seeing the same old bullcrap each and every single day, and that's why the internet wrestling community, they are all a bunch of good people, sarcasm by the way.
The IWC?
Well, and Ken Shamrock started out as a wrestler, then went to MMA, then came back to wrestling. That's why he didn't have as difficult of a transition.
I thought he was UFC, then went to wrestling, and then went back to UFC.
Nope, he started in
Somebody
wrestling.
did that. You know, Lashley did that. Punk did that. They're all going back and forth. They make more money without really getting hurt in wrestling. So why would they go get the brains rattled? You know.
Well, the WWE just actually signed somebody from Bellator who's also still has a contract through Bellator, so she's going to end up doing both.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those going through the future.
And speaking of her, let's ask about this. Let's get into this match. The women's Money in the Bank, right? There are 7 competitors in this. There's not 8, which is weird. I wonder if they're added an 8 like the men, because you have Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, and Shotzi Blackheart and Lacey Evans.
Can you say those
John,
names again?
Start with this one.
Can you say the names again?
Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Shotzi, don't have Blackheart because you can't write the last name, and Lacey Evans.
No, I think Neil was suing WWE for using the last name Blackheart, so I figured that's why that one was taken out. It's going to be Becky. Like I will say this. I do believe there will be an 8th competitor, and I'll hopefully talk about it later if we're making predictions or anything. But I think it's going to be one or two competitors. It's either going to be a returning somebody, or it's going to be Becky Lynch. Just because the way you have Becky Lynch going at the moment, what other way to go and have her lose lose the title, go down, pretty much end up losing to Dana Brooke multiple occasions, and all of a sudden now the last person supposedly to make it to the Money in the Bank, and I could see her winning it. So if I have to pick up a competitor that's in the match right now, I'm gonna say Becky Lynch.
Okay, important one.
All right. I didn't realize Becky was already in because she's supposed to be wrestling in a 6-way elimination match on Friday to get in.
Yeah, she just got in Monday night.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm going with Lacey Evans. I think the returning person is going to be Bayley, but I'm going with Lacey Evans because, as I said before, I think this is opening the show, and when Carmella wins, here comes Lacey Evans to leave with that title. So I'm going Lacey Evans.
Ooh. All right.
Ooh. I like Lacey, but she's just not ring ready yet. Now she's maybe a month or 2 away from it. So you got to get that rust off after having them 2 babies. So I'm going with Becky. I think Becky's been a trooper. She's done what they wanted. I much preferred the long hair. I like the crazy Becky a little bit. Becky's lost a lot the last few months for one reason or another. So she really needs this. I think if Becky does not get this, I think she's going to start slowly getting buried.
Okay. Ed?
Well, let's see. I say that what happens is Asuka wins Money in the Bank. Because at SummerSlam, Bianca will. They're a very tough match. And then Asuka comes out, wins the match, cashes in, and becomes the new champion.
Okay. I'm going to go with the person that Seth Rollins keeps stealing clothes from, Becky Lynch. I'm going to go with her because I feel like she is the one, she is the man, and she's probably going to keep going on fighting in the title picture for the next year because that's what Vince wants. She's on all the posters. ESPN loves her. She's got the hair now cut all short and looking all mean, so she can play a heel finally instead of looking like a beautiful redhead. Becky Lynch. Captain Disaster.
Yeah, Captain Disaster for 2 reasons, but I don't explain it here on that. My only issue is that Becky Lynch is got put in the way of a title picture again, just because the fact is that she lost the title at WrestleMania, which, by the way, I was rooting for that she lost finally the title because I'm sick and tired to see the 4 horsewomen dominating the whole title picture scene. So I gotta go with Alexa Bliss, but
Miss Bliss.
Yes, but my 8th pick is gonna be Bayley.
So you think Bayley might be entering this as the 8th person if they do it? Okay.
Yep.
If I'm going to say an 8th person, that's where I was kind of leading to. But I wouldn't be surprised. What if WWE was able to sweeten up the pot enough for Naomi? Originally, Captain Disaster, quiet. The other thing I would say is, before we actually went on live, I was because I was hearing that there was actually talks that WWE may be bringing Sasha back and actually, but the problem is, and I thought, okay, maybe Money in the Bank, she could be that 8th person. She just had eye surgery, so obviously that kind of throws it out the window now.
All right.
And I think that was actually as of last week.
Okay. Anybody else think there's going to be an 8th person added to this? Want to say it? That's the bonus point if you get this correct. So,
All right.
Charlotte Flair, brother.
Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
Ed, you got one?
Naomi.
I'm going to go with Bayley. I think that's a possibility. Mayhem, you got one?
I said Bayley.
You said Bayley. Okay, so forward Bayley there. Okay. Well, we get to go to you to finish this out. The final match on this card. I don't know if it'll be
The main event.
Don't know if it's main event, but we'll find out. The men's Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Omos, Sami Zayn, Riddle, and someone to be determined. If you get the to be determined and you get the right name, it's a bonus point.
All right. I get to start this one, right?
You do get to start this one.
Yeah, the writing on the wall with the hot shot booking of if Matt Riddle doesn't win his one match against Roman Reigns, he doesn't get any other matches, and then he wins his way in, Riddle is going to win Money in the Bank. The only reason he wouldn't is if Brock Lesnar is going to get a rub he doesn't need by beating Roman Reigns. Other than that, you predicted it that within 18 months, Riddle was going to be a world champion. We're pretty close to that 18 months. And what better way to turn him into a upper mid-card crowd person that everybody likes into a serious main event contender by winning Money in the Bank and taking the title off Roman Reigns at the last man standing match next month. Matt Riddle's going to win. And
who's the to be determined?
I don't really care. They're fodder, but I'm gonna go with Shinsuke as the 8th.
Okay. Randy Hogan?
That 8th one is a tough. Money in the Bank. I'm going to go with McIntyre.
Okay.
There's all the rumors that they're going to have a battle in the UK when they go at the castle or something or other. But yeah, that'll get him in there for sure. So I'm going with McIntyre for that. As far as the 8th man in, it's got to be a powerhouse. And everybody they have, I don't think anybody's been on the table for a while. I'm just going to pass on this one. I have no clue.
You have no pick. Okay. Ed.
To win Money in the Seth frickin' Rollins.
Okay.
And 8th man, the only other person I could see winning that Money in the contract over him, the ultimate opportunist.
Who? Edge.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
That's a good pick. I'm with you. I'm going with Seth Rollins. I feel like the husband-wife duo who wear each other's clothes is going to win the Money in the Bank briefcases so they can walk around together. As far as 8th man, I'm actually going to take Brock Lesnar, and he is going to job in the Money in the Bank. They're going to triple team him, put him through a table, knock him out, and Seth Rollins is going to win this match. Captain Disaster.
Okay, I'm going to start with my 8 man, and that will be my bonus point prediction here. The 8th man, you can call me crazy, will be Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
MJF. Okay, you think that might happen? It's possible.
Crazy.
It could be, but I have a slight clue in it, but I have more theories on that. Not Austin Theory, actually. It could be also that Cody Rhodes is going to be somehow, some way appearing by that, injury or not. But I got to go with Seth Rollins because this is the only thing that makes sense because Drew McIntyre is going to be having a title shot at Clash at the Castle. Riddle has recently lost one. Omos, nobody gives a hell about Omos. And the rest of them, they just there to stealing the show.
All right. Well, John, you get to wrap up this round here.
So I do agree with some of what Justin was talking about. The fact that Drew McIntyre doesn't make sense when it comes to picking because he is going to get the opportunity at Clash at the Castle. I'm stuck between two people, and there's a reason why I'm stuck is because you have this whole storyline of Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, and he's always failed. And where he could actually win something, and then all of a sudden say if Brock Lesnar were to beat Roman Reigns, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, who comes out with the Money in the Bank acting like he's the hero to the Bloodline because he would win it at that point. Or you set up for a WrestleMania match again between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Because I have my theory who's going to win the Royal Rumble already. So, and it was supposed to have been Cody to win Money in the Bank. I'm going to go Seth Rollins.
Okay.
It makes more sense because I feel like they need to get the title off of Roman, because especially if you're going to have Roman versus Rock and then all of a sudden have it for the title, you know Roman's going to win. It's not going to give any investment to the fans. And where you can actually elevate Cody and have Cody win his first WWE championship at WrestleMania would make it even bigger. So I think that's what's going to happen. And then for my 8th guy, this has been a difficult one, but I'm stuck between 2 people. I am thinking it's either going to be AJ or Shinsuke. It's going to be Shinsuke.
Okay. All right. Well, now we got our final portion of today's show here. We got predictions, something that you feel is going to happen during this show. Randy Hogan, you get to lead this one off.
Well, I said it before. I'll say it again. Charlotte Flair is going to make a grand entrance.
Ooh, okay. Ed.
You just made me throw up in my mouth twice. Why?
The man is sick.
Say that name. Let her be on her honeymoon, getting back shots from Andrade Del Rico.
They'll have them back muscles all strengthened by now.
I'm gonna steal Quack's favorite call. No 24/7 title.
No 24/7. I think we're going to see a pre-show match. That's gonna be my prediction.
Okay, I gotta go with at least 7 ladders is gonna be broken to the at
7
Saturday.
7 ladders. Okay, that's a wild prediction. John?
Ed stole what I was going to do this time. There's nothing saying I can't steal it too, right?
You can go with it, yeah, if you want to make that prediction.
There will be no whatever. What are we calling this Ultimate Universal Championship? I'm gonna spice it up. There's gonna be no undisputed WWE Championship match. That's gonna surprise everybody.
Can I change my prediction?
Sure.
There will be a chance where we want tables.
There will be the channel if we want tables. That's a good one. Mayhem, take us home.
Oh, so I'm going to stick with the theme, but I'm going to go with a really easy one. There's going to be no IC title on the show.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're going to find out. But there we go, folks. There's the predictions. Thank you, everyone, for coming on here. I'm Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem. And we want to say thank you to our panel, of course, to the Professor, Randy Hogan,
Thank you.
Merch, Ed Lindsay, to Justin Smith joining us from Europe, and to John Strack. Thank you all for joining us.
See you all Monday on the post show. We're out.